In our world, there are so many religions and peoples, each preaching their own traditions, rituals, and customs. Some of them are so shocking that we decided to put together a collection of the strangest rituals from around the world. We're sure you'll hear about many of them for the first time and be extremely surprised. So make yourself comfortable. Let's get started. For ordinary people, everything related to funerals and deceased relatives means tears and memories that bring sadness. But for example, for the people of Madagascar, it's a real celebration. Once every 7 years, it's customary there to take the deceased out of the tomb and dance with their remains. This celebration is called Famadihana, which translates as the turning of the bones. Madagascar's people believe the dead only enter the afterlife once their bodies fully decompose, and until then, the spirit remains nearby. The body of the deceased is taken out of the tomb, and the remains are wrapped in silk cloth. And then the celebration begins, which lasts for several days. Guests come from all around, and it turns into a feast like this, with dancing, food, and alcohol. That's why only the most resilient stay until the end of the Famadihana. There are a number of strict rules. On the day of remembrance, the weather must be dry, and it must be a Wednesday, and it's forbidden to call the deceased by name or to cry for them. You generally have to act like nothing happened. Tough, right? Subtitles? It all ends with laying the relative in a new place in the crypt. The guests leave, but not for long. Maybe tomorrow. Someone on the next street has one planned too. Famadihana. India is a colorful, religious country, and at times even shocking with its customs. One of these is throwing small children off the roof of a temple. It's definitely not a sight for the faint-hearted. The thing is, some Hindus believe that if you throw your baby off a temple and he survives, it's a blessing from above. Now their child will be destined for happiness, and the parents will live a long life. That's why newborn babies are given to a priest, who stands on the roof of the temple, says prayers, and then takes the baby by the hands and feet and throws him down onto a stretched cloth. After that, the little flyer is handed over to the parents. Officially, of course, there are no statistics, but according to the Indians themselves, there hasn't been a single fatal case. People try to ban this ritual every year, but it's always in vain. It's no secret that soccer is the most popular game on the planet. Soccer players have crowds of fans, and often this turns into a cult of personality. Some can even become an icon for many people in the literal sense of the word. For example, fans of legendary Argentine footballer Diego Maradona created a religion dedicated to him. This movement has its own Bible, which is Maradona's biography, and its own commandments. Here are just a few of them. Love football above all else. Proclaim unconditional love for Diego and the beauty of football. Tell of Diego's miracles around the world. Make Diego your middle name. Name your first son after Diego. The Maradonian Church has only 2 dates for traditional services. October 30 the fee. Diego's birthday is celebrated as Christmas, and June 22nd as Easter. On this day, Argentina defeated England in the quarterfinals of the 1986 World Cup, and Maradona scored twice, including his legendary Hand of God goal. It's clear that this movement is more of a joke, but nevertheless, more than 150,000 people have already become followers, and the number keeps growing. Let's continue our selection of the strangest rituals. And here's the next candidate. Indian tribes in South Africa practice a painful initiation ritual to become a real warrior and prove their strength of character. Young men have to put their hands into gloves filled with wild bullet ants. The name of these insects speaks for itself. The bite of such an ant is compared to a gunshot wound. So, if you put one hand into an ant glove and the other into a fire, you won't feel the difference. The tribes that practice this ritual believe that only by enduring excruciating pain can one become a real man. That's why the pressure from ancestors and fellow tribesmen forces teenagers to go through this horror. The ritual itself consists of a 10-minute dance wearing these gloves. At the same time, the person receives hundreds of bites, And after taking them off, the pain doesn't go away. It only gets worse and lasts for a whole day. Interestingly, to become a true warrior and prove your manhood, you have to go through this ritual 20 times. There aren't many tourists who want to experience ant stings, but there are still some. See what happens to those who go through with this ritual. In the 21st century, it's fashionable to be slim and fit, but it turns out there are countries in the world where being full-figured is considered the standard of beauty. In Mauritania, young girls are fed supercaloric foods from an early age so that they gain weight quickly and can successfully get married. This unusual ritual is called Gavage. All of this is due to the specific preferences of Mauritanian men. The fuller-figured the wife, the more space she takes in a man's heart. And if you're skinny, most likely you're either sick with something or you had an unsuccessful marriage. It's customary here to arrange marriages for children from a very early age, so they start fattening up someone's future wife from the age of 4. Children are fed and given drinks around the clock, even if unwilling. If the parents can't manage, the child can be sent to a special farm where experienced women will take care of them. The ideal condition is considered to be when a 12-year-old girl weighs 80-90 kilograms. So, if you're tired of exhausting workouts at the gym and constant restrictions, in Mauritania, they will welcome your curvy figure. Let's move to the land of the rising sun, to unique Japan. Believe me, this country can surprise anyone. For example, did you know that in Japan, the Honen Matsuri festival is held every year, and its symbol is a giant wooden phallus over 2 meters long and weighing about 250 kilograms. It is believed that this sculpture has magical powers and can help with successful pregnancies and a rich harvest. Literally, Honen Matsuri translates as the festival of a bountiful year, and it is usually held on March 15. Legend has it that on this day, the Japanese goddess of fertility united with her beloved, and their marriage became the standard of fertility. Every year, married couples who dream of having children, women who wish to get married, and gardeners hoping for a bountiful harvest come to the festival. The celebration starts with the sculpture carried from the temple, followed by a lively procession through the city streets. The entourage features 32-year-old women holding miniature versions of the celebration's main figure. The festival lasts about an hour and a half, and after the tourists have taken plenty of photos, the wooden figure is brought into the temple courtyard and a prayer is recited. At Honen Matsuri festival stalls, you can buy miniature miracle phallus replicas, plus candies and ice cream shaped the same. Thrill seekers know what bungee jumping is. It's when a person, secured by their legs and other parts of the body with an elastic cord, makes a jump from a height. On Pentecost Island in the Republic of Vanuatu, local tribes also perform such jumps, but they have a ritual significance. This ritual is called Nagol. During it, men cover themselves with coconut oil, decorate their bodies with patterns, and after performing a ritual dance, they begin to climb a towering homemade tower, ranging from 20 to 35 meters high. Tying a vine around their ankle, they perform a ritual head-first jump. The perfect jump is one where, during landing, you manage to touch the ground with your head or shoulders. All this is done for a fruitful lesson. It is believed that the higher the jump and the lower your landing is to the ground, the more beneficial it is for the harvest. It is also believed that such jumps are an expression of masculinity and can improve health. Nagol has become the calling card of this small island nation, and tourists flock from all over the world to witness this spectacle. Seeing these strange ceremonies and rituals, you wonder how anyone invented them. Subtitles. Faith, of course, is a deeply personal matter. Each person is free to choose what to believe in and what not to, as long as it doesn't harm others or become absurd. Write in the comments which ritual surprised you the most. That's the end of our episode. Like this video if you want a second part about the strangest rituals from around the world. See you next time, Subtitles.